It's nice to be here. I don't know, Memphis, I've been here for, like I said, 3 days. When I first mentioned that I was coming here, I asked for recommendations, and a lot of people gave me recommendations, like as far as what weapons to bring. There was a lot of like, do you own a gun? How about a knife? Brass knuckles? Anything. I had one person that just wrote, don't come. That was one of the recommendations that I got from Memphis, was don't do it. And I came anyway, and guess what? I loved it. I went to Beale Street, and people are like, watch out on Beale Street. And I was like, why? I like a sense of danger, okay? I don't want my traveling to feel like I'm walking down Main Street at Disneyland, where I'm just like, which by the way, Beale Street, not that far off from Disneyland, there was a guy selling turkey legs.
I'm not sure why, but I've always wanted to visit Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know if it's because of Elvis, or Jerry the King Lawler, or that movie Hustle and Flow that I watched a million times. There's something about the city I've always been drawn to. And I finally got the opportunity to come check it out because I got booked for a college show in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And I don't know if you guys know anything about college shows, but they can get weird. More on that later. The most important thing you have to find when traveling to a new city for the first time is a good coffee shop. If you don't, you're going to end up at a Starbucks all week. And not that there's anything wrong with Starbucks, but when I go to one when I'm traveling, I just feel like I might as well be wearing a Hawaiian shirt and cargo shorts while gnawing on a turkey leg next to my sunburnt family. The good news is we found vice and virtue. Hipster, nice decor, not too pretentious. I mean, the barista is dressed like a train conductor, but he was polite about it. And the coffee was good. Made me go boom boom anyway, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Also, they had good food. I mean, look at this avocado toast. Yeah, there's actually avocado under that giant ostrich egg. Damn it, I love the South. Alright, let's talk about this college show. Alright, college shows, it's not like performing at a comedy club or a theater or any other kind of venue. Comedy at colleges is a whole different beast. Usually it's a show put on by the activities department and they try to wrangle some kids together. And sometimes it gets weird, alright? Like this show at Arkansas State University in Jonesboro. By the way, everyone was super hospitable and sweet. This show got moved outside thanks to the Delta variant. And so if performing for people that are, 15, 14 years younger than me isn't hard enough, I get to perform outside where I'm heckled by cicadas. It's a situation.
This is great. Thanks so much for coming out. Clap it up. I just want to hear you. We're out in the middle of nowhere. Clap it up. These jokes are going to echo through cornfields tonight, and I feel like they should hear some clapter so they don't know. So the farmers know it's not just a lunatic with a sound system who's just yelling nothing into the ether. This is also my first time doing comedy where I'm being heckled by cicadas. So this is new for everybody. Classically with comedy, when you're doing poorly, there's like a cricket, and now they're like cicadas. Those are way worse, actually, because they don't care if a joke lands or not. They're totally buzzing the entire time.
Oh, did I mention there's a DJ? They had a DJ on stage, and, we made the best of it.
Perfect. I don't know if you can mix in what you did with Kevin, but if you find an opening, feel free to throw in the how do you do's, I like it. I feel like I want you to migrate in and play some, but at the same time, I don't have the rhythm to work with it, so I know it wouldn't work well. For this, you need one-liners. You're like, and then I said, hey, that's my mother. And then, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And, that's not the sound. But, you come in with that. But my stories are meandering. There's no time for him to jump in. Renegade, renegade, renegade. Go, go, yeah. I like that. I think I figured out why I'm not on Netflix. I need that. I need to hit a punchline and then just hip-hop. Also, what was that just flew by? That is part of the South that I don't like. You guys have insects that the rest of the world thought, died like years ago. I can't even think of the word, extinct. That's the word I'm looking for. It's been a while since I've been to school. But yeah, you guys have insects and bugs where I'm like, what the hell is that? And my fiance's like, is it poisonous? I'm like, I'm not even sure it's from this era. Looks like it's from the Mesozoic era. Got him right. Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era. We're doing it together. The Mesozoic era came after another era. Don't know what happened afterwards, but it's the Mesozoic era. All right, there we are. That was the most out. I know you guys are laughing, but no lie, I've been on this planet 34 years, and that is the coolest I've ever felt for 4 seconds.
And then, like any bit that's working in a tough situation, I beat it like a dead horse.
That's all right. I'm going to accept my curved spine because I'm body positive. Hit it. Body positivity. Curved spine. My vertebrae hurt. I don't want to stand up straight because it hurts my spine. Body positivity. Hit it. Your face is at receipt. Body positivity. Your face is at receipt. It's not working anymore. This bit was funnier the first time, but I'm going to keep doing it because, all right, there we go. I'm definitely hitting it way too much, I can tell, but it's the thing that's really made me feel good. And really, this is a selfish art form. This is about me more than it is you. There it is. It's selfish. I don't care. I won't be Backstreet Jones, girl. Not because I don't like you, but it's in the middle of nowhere. If I'm here, something broke down. All right? That's gorgeous sunset. Look at that. The sun's going down. It's almost like the sun is setting on my career.
Ugh. There's only one way to celebrate that kick in the nuts. Ice cream. Thankfully, we were down the street from a place called Andy's, where they have frozen custard. Custard is like regular ice cream, but for fatter people, I think. I don't know. I think it's made for the heat that is in the South. They put extra heavy whipping cream in there so it doesn't melt before you're able to get it in your jowls. Like these people in front of us in line. Beale Street. Live blues music, cheap drinks, and just a hint of maybe getting robbed. It's a little bit of everything, but that's why I like Memphis. Nashville, that's for all the quarterbacks and cheerleaders of the world. Memphis is for the rest of us. A little bit of grit, a little bit of grime, but a lot of soul.
How was it? Alright, I can't film anymore.
Memphis isn't just blues, booze, and barbecue. I mean, look at this big dumb park. This is Overton Park, just a few minutes out of downtown. Pretty much looks like, what's that big one in New York? The one. Central Park. This is like their Central Park. It's pretty nice.
How you feeling out here, Zoltan?
There's a lot of bugs. And I think they're biting me, but they're leaving you alone. They like my eyes. I don't know what's up with these Memphis insects, but they don't even want to like suck my blood. They want to just get out of my ear. They want to like ears, nose, eyelashes. They just all in this situation. Will you just bite my shins like a regular bug? Oh, what was that? Did you see that? Like a prehistoric pterodactyl just flew in front of me. It's a beautiful park. It's just, you gotta bring some bug spray. Or one of those beekeeper outfits. This is a good place to dump a body. Just putting it out there. This is how much of a nerd we are. You're filming me filming the Mid-South Coliseum. I Like I said, this building was a huge home to pro wrestling. Every Monday night, 10,000 wild fans would be in there to watch Jerry the King Lawler battle Bill Dundee and Andy Kaufman and whoever the hell else. And they're probably going to tear it down, so let's go take a look.
I don't think we're allowed to be here.
I don't think so either.
We look like such tourists.
We are. We are tourists. I mean, you have a camera. I'm wearing a hat. Look at this hat. This is the most tourist hat ever. Alright, we can go. Oh boy. Let me turn this off. So, this is the fun part of setting up your own shows. You're kind of in charge of everything. So I booked this venue like a month ago over a phone call. No emails or anything. And I never followed up to confirm. We just confirmed it over the phone. I sent him an email with the ticket link. I'm talking about the guy who runs the venue, by the way. And I should have followed up like a week ago, make sure everything's still a go. I haven't done that at all. Tried calling him today. No answer. Trying to reach out on all the social medias, no answer. I drive into the venue right now. I don't know if it's gonna be open. I don't know if I'm gonna be refunding some people some tickets and apologizing while I'm embarrassed. But no matter what happens,
go past this light. Then at the next one, turn right.
Alright, I thought it was gonna tell me to drive in a ditch because I would feel better about doing that. But whatever happens, we're gonna record it and put it up. We're gonna put it up. This is why like people have managers. Man, one day I'm gonna make enough money to have someone to blame for something like this. But until then, it's just me. Ugh. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. I think.
Repeat my name every time I meet somebody. They're like, oh, at the barbecue place we went to, the guy asked for my name, he goes, what's your name? And I'm like, Zoltan, and he said no. That was his response. I've never had that happen before. But yeah, we went out to Jonesboro, Arkansas, got eaten by mosquitoes, we did the show outside. Hey, I was on stage with a DJ. You guys know my comedy. No DJ needed. But we had a DJ in the back that would just throw in some hip-hop drops, and I'd be like, we played with it, we had fun, you know? I got scared by a cicada. It happened. What do you call them?
Escapades.
Escapade, yeah. My fiance didn't know what a cicada was, and she's like, what is that buzzing in the woods? And I'm like, those are cicadas. And then the next day we were somewhere else, and she's like, oh, those escapades are at it again. And I'm like, escapades? She's like, yeah, what'd you call them? I'm like, cicadas. And she's like, I don't know what those are.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching my comedy vlog tour through Memphis. I appreciate everyone that came out to the show, and I'm glad it all went well. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and join my page if you'd like to support monetarily. Also go to zoltancomedy.com and see if I'm coming to a town near you. I just finished the Texas tour, and I'm on to Las Vegas, and I'm setting up some stuff in California, Dubuque, Iowa, and more to come. zoltancomedy.com. It's so good to be here. I just did a show in Everett last night. Everett, pretty far up there. Did someone just say Everett sucks? Oh, all right, wow. All right, wow, that's pretty aggressive. All right. It's pretty aggressive, Centralia. All right, why don't you? Everett sucks. And listen, you probably have a good reason for saying that. It's just I didn't expect it. I didn't know. Out of all the cities in Washington, I wouldn't have guessed that Everett was the one where... Don't say Everett around these parts, all right? They got a mayor who likes soccer, and we don't care for that. Why do you hate Everett? I'm interested to know. It's north of Olympia. That is... That has to be the most small town statement I've ever heard in my entire life. Why do you hate this city? Because it's north of this other city, all right? We don't go past the Mason-Dixon line, all right? Anything south of Mason-Dixon is home. Oh man, that was the best answer ever. I thought you were gonna say you got a speeding ticket or something, or someone stole your identity, and you're like, no, it's north of Olympia. I'm gonna say that from now on. I'm gonna say it from now on. I'm gonna say it where it doesn't make sense, you know? Next time I'm in Everett, I'm gonna be like, Everett sucks. I'm like, what? North of Olympia, dude. What do you want me to do? Yeah? Maybe if your longitude and latitude was different, you know, we could come back, circle back. You're judging me pretty hard, and I appreciate that. Everyone's laughing, we're having a good time. Apparently someone owns property in Everett over here. They're like, how dare you? I own a condo in Everett. I don't appreciate that. It's nice. I love this setup. This feels good. This feels like the kind of venue this town had. Like, this makes sense. Can't you feel it? Like, you can feel it. You can feel it. Train station, right there. Like, you can feel it. Like, this is the closest I've ever performed to a train station. And I love it. I've been to this town. I've traveled out of that train station a bunch of times. That's the only train station I've ever been to that has a picture of a train crash. Which, talk about things you don't see at an airport, you know? Like, hey, you want to see when this didn't work out? Just like the Wright brothers in a tree and on fire, like, and over there they're like, yeah, a train crashed here once. You're like, don't tell me this. I don't want to know that. I have a ticket, you know? So I asked everyone to put their microphones on so I could hear the laughter. That is a train. Let's let it pass. What's that? It's a couple minutes off schedule? Is that what you just... Are you the conductor? Oh, it's a couple minutes away. Oh, man. Are we in the movie Stand By Me right now? Like, I feel like you just put your ear to the rail and you're like, it's the southbound train headed to Portland. It's about 3 clicks due east. All right, it'll be here. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Get your tickets ready. I didn't know I knew all those words I just said. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what most of them meant. 2 clicks due east, I think I heard that in a war movie. Definitely don't know what it means. Does the train suck, or where it's coming from sucks? Like, that train's coming from north of Olympia, that son of a bitch. We're gonna boo it as we go by. Boo! There's a bunch of Everetters up there. Those highfalutin Everetters coming down with their tote bags and their straw hats. We're not a fan of them. What am I talking about? I have no idea. I'm just saying words in a comedic cadence. That's what I do. Thanks so much for watching my dumb video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and other than that, come to my shows. These aren't the only ones I have. Go to zoltancomedy.com for all of them. Now watch the rest of my videos, and don't skip the ads, so, you know, I can pay my rent.
I took a driving school class here, like when I was learning to drive. It was taught by a trucker who, I love it. That was my favorite part, is when I got old enough to where teachers didn't have to be certified. You know what I mean? Like, all throughout your childhood, those teachers are rigorously, like, certified to make sure they know what they're doing. And then you get to high school and they just kind of quit, you know? Like, most of them are, but then you get some teachers who are like, let me tell you about the government. And you're like, what? And you're like, oh, this is an ROP program. All right. This is why he loves wood. He hates society. All right? Starting to put the pieces together. I had a woodshop teacher in high school that, like, you ever meet someone who none of their dreams come true? So now they're like stuck at a job and they never let anyone forget it? That was my woodshop teacher. I had a woodshop teacher in high school. His name was Mr. Brent, and he was pretty regular amongst other things. Like he had all his fingers, like he wasn't one of those guys. You know, he was like, oh, he was missing a hand. No, he had all his stuff, but he was missing most of his heart. Like he was missing like a part or section. He was a hateful man. I think he had goals and dreams, none of it worked out, or maybe he just loved wood. But he realized he couldn't make a living with wood without teaching it to humans. And so he was just pissed all the time. And of course, woodshop's a stoner class. That's a class you take where you're like, I'm done, I finished that algebra, and now I need to fill my schedule, I'm working wood. That's what it is. That's what it is. Anyone take woodshop here? Clap it up. Cool. Nice. Do you work in wood today? Of course, because no one did. Does anyone work in wood currently? Is anyone running a mantle clock shop as we speak? Just busting out mantle clocks. Anyone making Adirondack chairs to pay the rent? Anyone doing that? No, because it's not a real job. Maybe it was one day, but that shit's made in China. And Mr. Brand couldn't let go. So he's like, and I kind of thought about him. You know, I'm sure he's in high school making his mantle clock. He's like, this is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And then he graduated, and they're like, that doesn't, what? Like, you might as well have just said you wanted to be The Rock. Like, that's not going to happen. And he's like, well, you can teach these stoner kids that don't want to be in school. And he's like, damn it. And so that's where he was. He would just yell at us constantly. I remember one day he lost it on us, and he just went around the room, and he asked each of us what our dream was, and then he told us why we wouldn't make it. I know that sounds like I just made that up out of thin air. That was a real thing that happened my junior year of high school. And it was one of my favorite moments of school. Because it was this moment where he was just being brutally honest with us. And he went around the room. He started with this kid, Brock. I went to the school. This kid, Brock, he was like pretty much like the Spicoli of our high school. He loved to surf. He had cool long hair. And he loved surfing. And he's like, what are you going to do with your life, Brock? And Brock was like, I want to be a professional surfer. And he's like, oh yeah? Well, have you already won any national championships? Because Kelly Slater won 2 national championships before he was even 15. You haven't done that? That means you're never going to make it. And you should realize that now before it's too late. And Brock's just like, what the hell? Like, you can see tears welling up in his eyes. Everyone in class is like, what the hell's happening? I'm dying laughing. Because, like, I can't believe this is happening outside of a movie, you know? Then I went to the next person, what do you want to be? I want to be a writer, Mr. Brown. You can't even read. Are you kidding me? Like, he just destroyed every student going down. And I'm dying laughing. This is the most entertaining thing that's ever happened in my 4 years at San Marcos High School. And then it comes to me, because he sees me laughing. He goes, Zoltan, what the hell are you laughing about? And I go, this is beautiful. That's all I could get at. I'm like, this is beautiful. And he goes, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, I want to be a woodshop teacher like you, Mr. Brown. And there was a pause, and then he just kicked me out of class. And I had to go to the office and explain what happened. And I explained it, of course, my way. You know, what happened? He asked me what I wanted to do with my life. And then what'd you say? I said I want to be a woodshop teacher like he was, and he kicked me out of class. And the principal, who I think knew how I meant it, but couldn't admit it, because then we're both admitting that guy's a loser, just had to go, oh, we all have bad days.
Hey, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, review, leave a comment. Join the page if you'd like to support monetarily. But what's more important than all of those things is live comedy is back. I'm back on the road. I have upcoming shows in San Diego, Seattle, Salt Lake City, Indianapolis, Chicago, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Dallas, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. If you want to keep up with all of these, go to my website, zoltancomedy.com. And if you scroll to the bottom of the page, sign up for my mailing list, and I'll just email you where I'm going to be. That's simple enough. Cheers, everybody.
What's that?
I told you to go to Slaps instead.
Okay, what? Oh, you left the comment on Facebook. Yeah, I asked for barbecue recommendations, and a bunch of people said, Joe's, and you go to Slaps. And that was the voice that I heard when I read the comments. That's how I knew it was you. Hey, we are here. We made it. I love it. This is my to Kansas City. This is my first time working at a comedy club this close to a subway, so it's pretty exciting. I like that. Some of you guys are giggling, some of you guys are like, that's how we like it, alright? We like ending a comedy with a footlong. That's how we do it. Go get ourselves a sandwich. So good to be here. This is wild, man. First time in Kansas City. I love this club, just called The Comedy Club. I wonder how long that meeting took, you know? Was there a lot of back and forth? Like, what about the comedy club? Like, no, we're going hard the. That's what we're doing. But here we are inside. I like it. We're here in, we're in Missouri, right? This is, all right. I have to check. I've been confused since Thursday, all right? I came in on Thursday. I'm performing because this is in Missouri, but my hotel is in Kansas, and I have no clue where I landed, all right? Like, I think I crossed the state line 4 times trying to come from the airport. I don't know where I am. I'm in the fun one, though, right? Like, Kansas City, Missouri is the fun one. Yeah. I remember that because I have performed in Kansas City, Kansas, and I came in with, like, Kansas City, Missouri energy, you know? You ever make that mistake where you come in like, yeah, and then you realize it's not that, and you're like, I'm so sorry. You share a name with something fun, and I got confused. You know, it's kind of like coming into Las Vegas energy, but you're in Branson. You're like, damn it, you know, I misjudged it. And here we are. So good. Very nice to be here. I'm staying at a hotel, like I said, in Kansas. I'm staying at a Marriott over there. And it is packed like it is some children's soccer tournament. And man, you know, I thought I spent 12 months in lockdown to get rid of all these people, and they're all at that damn hotel in my way. I thought, you know, I'm like, you know, this is horrible, but I will get out of these people out of my way, and they're all there, just looking like Hitler's youth running around. Banging soccer balls and I'm sorry if any of the parents are here. I'm sure they're lovely. I'm sure they're lovely humans, but you had to do 4 apiece? Each of you got 4 kids? You kept going? 2 wasn't enough? You're like, nah. 3? No, I like even numbers. Make it 4. I just went full 4. I'm sure it's different if it's your kids, but they're not mine, so they're in the way. Yeah? I'm sure they're very lovely individuals. I'm sure they're going to grow up to be great people. But right now, they suck. And they're all staying at the Marriott. Anyway, I've been having fun the last couple days. I didn't do much today because it was raining, and I live in San Diego, so that means you don't go outside. From what I could tell by looking out on the freeway, you guys just went on living your lives. Because you're used to weather. That's not going to stop you guys, you know? But I'm from San Diego. A little bit of drizzle. We're like, all right, hit the sandbags. We're done. Close down the city. Stay inside. Burn everything you got. For now, I'm not built for any sort of weather. What's up, you guys? Welcome. Yeah, they just cleared the table and brought 2 people right in. I like that. Those 2 people left, I think. Right? Yeah, I heard the argument. They're like, oh, they're grumbling. And I'm like, well, I don't want them in here anyway. And then they're like, no, maybe you can change their mood. And I'm like, that's a lot of pressure. You know? Like, you got an angry couple in the front, and I got to change their mind with what? You know? I'm just up here giggling. What am I going to do? Well, we got 2 better couples. Hell yeah. Yeah. That couple that left, they're at Subway having a sandwich. No Chipotle sauce, nothing. Just mayo, please. On white bread, make it light. Good, we got them out of here. We're trying to do something fun in here. I love it. Yeah, well, I've been touristing all the last couple days since I got in on Thursday. It was fun. We went around the city. My girlfriend came with me. Yesterday we went down to the West Bottoms. Yeah, we checked that out. That ended up being fun, which is cool, but initially terrifying, you know? Like, it doesn't have, you know, it's a classic don't judge a book by its cover situation, you know? Here's how we got there. My girlfriend was looking up, like, thrift stores to check out. She's like, I found this one. It's in the West Bottoms neighborhood. And I was like, cool, let's go. And then we come over the the freeway comes, and then you just see it, and I'm like, wait, is that it? And she's like, yeah, it's in there, and I'm like, oh, all right. Wow, okay. And it's open, it's in business, everything's functioning. And she's like, yeah, it says. And then she's scared, I'm scared. I'm like, we'll just drive through it, We'll see if anything happens. Because it looked scary. It looked like if the end of a Monopoly game was in real life. That's what the West Bottoms look like. You're like, oh yeah, you're losing in this game. You put too many hotels on Baltic Avenue, and you're paying for them in the long run. But yeah, that's what I told her. I'm like, we'll just drive through. If it's scary, we'll just keep on driving. We're all right. We're in a Nissan Altima. We got enough ponies to get out of this quagmire, But then we were driving through, and I looked in the windows from the car, I'm like, hey, there's a hipster in there. I think we're gonna be all right. And we had a great time. We went to vintage stores and coffee shops and all that. It was great. It was a perfect white person's afternoon. That's what I'm into. I think that's what my people are into. We like going to a place that's there's a sense of danger, but you're not gonna get hurt. It's like indoor skydiving. You're just like, woo! Well, we're not dying. Everything's good. It's just a sense of something, but we'll be alright. So I've had a great time in your town. Underrated. You guys don't get brought up enough. I think more people need to talk about Kansas City. Had barbecue at Joe's at the gas station. Yeah. That's right. No one's been able to tell me why there's 2 pumps outside. I was like, you guys also a gas station? They're like, what do you want? And I'm like, I guess we're not talking about it. My girlfriend's asking me questions, like, why do they have gas? I don't know. The foods? What's that?
But I told you to go to Slaps instead.
Okay, what? Oh, you left the comment on Facebook. Yeah, I asked for barbecue recommendations. And a bunch of people said, Joe's, and you go to Slaps. And that was the voice that I heard when I read the comments. That's how I knew it was you. Because when I read it, you know how sometimes you read it and you can hear the person's voice? That's who I heard, go to Slaps. And I'm like, all right. I'm sorry, we ended up going to Joe's, but there's still time. I'm going to go tomorrow. All right? Mainly because your recommendation felt a little threatening. So I'm gonna go to Slaps, I'll try them out. I'm very easy to please though. If I end up going to Slaps, I'm sure I'm gonna love it. And if someone's like, which one do you like better? I was happy, whichever one's in front of me. I'm one of those people. I don't have an educated tongue, I guess. I love whatever's food in front of me is right now. You're like, which is your favorite barbecue? The one in my mouth. That's the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. I'm having a great time. What about this one? Now this is my favorite. That's just I don't know. I feel like the tongue of a 7-year-old. I'm just like, this is great. Mac and cheese, this is gourmet. Hell yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching, and thanks to the people that came out to the show in Kansas City. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you want to support monetarily, look into joining my channel. There's 3 different tiers, $1.99, $4.99, and $9.99. Go check those out. But more importantly, live comedy is back. So if you want to know if I'm coming to a town near you, go to my website, zoltancomedy.com, and sign up for the email list, and I will send out monthly blasts on where I'm at. And if you don't see your town on there, leave them in the comments section, and I'll do my best to come to you.
One more time for everyone you've seen. Jesse Eden, Johnny LaQuasto, Bob Hansen. That's who that man is. That man that was in front of you kicking, that's what he does in the back. He's a lunatic. You know what he told me right before he came out? He goes, have a good time, 9/11. And then he just left. That was the last words I heard. It was 9/11. And then I got hey! He's one of my favorite human beings, man. It's so good to be out here. I love coming to Irvine. You and your big dumb ball. I love it. big dumb mall. Everywhere else, the malls are going out of business. Here, it's thriving. Because you guys all make six figures. You guys all just bring your everyone in here. Look at all of you. Everyone. Good posture, good teeth, good bones. Health insurance. I see it on all of you. Solid posture. You guys look like if Instagram filter had sex with a TikTok filter. That is the people of Irvine. You guys look like you're all conceived in a Tesla. That's who you guys are. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed of making six figures. That is great. Keeps the riffraff out. Yeah? This mall is intimidating to come into. It's the only mall I know with a valet. By the way, I love the people that aren't laughing right now. They're like, what is the matter with valet? At the shopping mall, what am I supposed to do? Park on the 5th floor of a parking structure and take a picture of the floor and aisle that I parked on? And then save enough battery so I can get back to my vehicle? Or am I gonna get a valet? I'm not picking on you, but it's good to be here, man. It's nice. I love it, man. It's a good vibe up here. We're living life. We're doing it. Doesn't it feel like it's almost over? Doesn't it? It feels like life, the world. I mean, it's close, doesn't it? Global warming, there's a drought, there's still a virus lingering around. Earth feels like a restaurant that's trying to close and humanity's that last table in the corner that just isn't getting the hint. Why is everyone vacuuming? Why are the house lights on? I think it might be over. COVID's still around, but we don't care, which is great, and I'm all for it. I think COVID was like America's stepdad. I think that's what it was. I don't know what your family life was, but I had a couple stepdads growing up. COVID reminded me of the stepdad. He comes in, makes a bunch of rules that weren't there before. He doesn't want to see your face. If he has to, he wants it to be 6 feet away. So he prefers it, you know? But now COVID is like that stepdad that's slowly breaking up with your mom. Where you're like, he's still around, but you know you don't have to listen to him, you know? Mom's already on Tinder. You got nothing on her now. So it's good, man. I love it. I love being here. I'm 35 years old. That's what I am. Yeah, I'm 35, and I just realized it's been me all along. That's what I've learned. I think that's what you learn at 35. In your 20s, you don't know what's going on, and then when I hit 30, I'm like, I gotta cut some of these toxic people out of my life. And then I hit 35, and I was like, oh, it was me? It was me the entire time? Damn it! I thought it was David. I haven't talked to David in 5 years. And I learned it was me. That's a bummer to find out it was you, you know? That's what it's like. I go to therapy. That's what I do. I go to therapy. The journey of self-discovery. You know what? You never self-discover anything good. No one's ever gone to therapy and then they came home and they're like, I'm great at math. I think I'm going to go be an engineer now. I had no idea, but all those numbers in my head, I invented something. I was trying to think of something, and nothing came up. That's what that pause was. But yeah, I started going to therapy when I made the realization that this is what I'm doing right now. This is how I feel comfortable sharing my thoughts and feelings. This is how I prefer to do it. I prefer to be elevated and illuminated and amplified. And I like it to be frowned upon for you to interrupt me. That's what I learned. And once I learned that, I'm like, I gotta run this by somebody. Because that can't be healthy, right? That sounds like the makings of a narcissist. So I started going to therapy, you know. I like going to therapy. It's weird. Like, I don't have health insurance, but I go see a brain doctor. You know, my mind's taken care of. My body, I just got an Apple Watch. That's what I got. It has a heart rate monitor, and I click on that. I'm like, yeah, we're still kicking. All right, we're doing just fine, you know. But I go to therapy, and I try to mix in some medical questions during therapy. Because she's the closest I have to a physician, you know. I know she's not an official doctor, but she might have met one in college. So I just try to mix in some medical questions, like, sometimes when I urinate, my left testicle hurts. And she's like, how do you feel about that? Insecure, I think that's how I'd label that feeling. Self-conscious? I don't know. I always think I have some other thing that I don't actually have. Like, I asked her if I have schizophrenia, and she's like, I don't think so. She's like, why do you think you have schizophrenia? And I'm like, sometimes there's a voice in my head. And she's like, oh yeah? Who is it? And I'm like, it's me. She's like, that's perfectly fine. What do you guys talk about? Jokes, mainly. Mainly just running bits. And she's like, it's perfectly fine. And it made me wonder, I wonder if there's like a positive schizophrenia. You ever wondered that? You only hear about the negative schizophrenia. What if there was a positive schizophrenia? How great would that be? You're just walking down the street and a voice you don't recognize is like, hey, you're doing great. Hey. I'm not getting medication for that one. Or hold on to that one. Who couldn't use that little pep talk every once in a while? I like it. I like going to therapy. We talk about all sorts of things. We talk about depression. I think there's different levels of depression. I have what I like to call a healthy level of depression. You know, just enough to keep me humble and likable. You know, just a regular guy. You ever meet someone who could use a little depression? You know what I mean? Those obnoxiously positive people. Like, every day's an opportunity. And you're like, he could use a dash. He could use a pinch of depression. He could use a little dry rub of depression, you know. Nothing major. He could use a parking ticket on a rainy day. Just something to bring him down. I have a healthy level of depression. Like, I would never kill myself, but I would like to die naturally soon. I think that's just being human. Like, I would never do it, but can we pick a day? Tell me where to be, you know? I feel like some of you get it, some of you don't. Like, I get it, Irvine's a happy place. You're like, what? Here's another example. Like, if I'm on a plane and it's going down, I'll scream, but I'm not going to be the loudest. You know what I mean? I'll scream loud enough so no one around me gets suspicious. And the reason it's going down, I'm not going to be dramatic about it. I'll give it a healthy, We're all taking it down. That's where it's at, man. Working on it, working on being better. I don't know. I was just always taught to keep my thoughts and feelings inside. That's what I'm trying to work on now, just to share my thoughts and feelings off stage. For some reason, up here, I'll tell you about my life. You know where I'm uncomfortable? Everywhere else. Like if I'm walking down the aisle of a grocery store and someone walks at me and we have to do this thing for half a second, I'd rather be lit on fire, alright? I'd rather do this than have to do that ever. It's just uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm trying to get comfortable sharing my feelings off stage. Because I was raised that your thoughts and feelings are meant to be kept in your heart. Don't let them out. Because what happens if you let them out? Next thing you know, you're storming the Capitol. That was someone's in here idea. And it slipped out. And before he could catch it, there's already a guy dressed like a yak next to him. I think we gotta go through with it now. That was someone's in here idea. That was my favorite guy at the Capitol riot. I don't know who your guys' favorites were. My favorite was the guy who dressed up like a water buffalo. I just imagine him showing up to the rally and just looking around and go, misread that email. All right. Well, I can't change now. Everyone's already seen me in it. Take the head off and have fuzzy pants on. That'd be ridiculous. I gotta ride this day out. You guys are good, man. Learned so much about myself. Found out I'm hyper-aware. I didn't know what that was. You know, I found out I have anxiety too. I didn't know I had anxiety. I thought I was just a good person. You ever confuse good person with anxious? That's what I found out. I thought I was a good person. No, anxiety. I found that out of therapy because she asked me, she's like, what goes on in your head in like a social situation? I was like, all right, like if I'm on a plane and we've landed and it's deboarding, I count the rows. And in my head, I'm like, all right, when that lady gets up, I'm going to spring up, get that bag, then I'm going to get this bag. Don't forget the camera's under there. And at that point, my fiancée Emma goes, is everything okay? Are you all right? And I'm like, shut up. Are you ready? You need to be ready. And she's like, what's wrong right now? I'm like, it's our turn. Let's go. We got to go. She's like, I don't want to take half an extra second getting my bag down. She's like, maybe someone behind me is going to punch me in the back of the head. Because that's who I am. If you're in front of me on a plane and we're getting off and you're like, is my bag over there or over there? I'm like, we get to kill him, right? Like, we get to end him right here. But I found out that's not being a good person. I thought I was being polite, but it just turns out that someone yelled at me when I was 4 when they should have hugged me. And somehow 30 years later that manifested into, we gotta go! That's what you break down. Hyper-aware, too. I learned that. Hyper-aware. It means I'm always aware of what's going on. And I'm like, I saw you yawning a couple minutes ago. I didn't want to say anything because I was in the middle of something else, but my brain noticed it. I'm like, all right, you're boring. Step it up, Zoltan. You're being 5 hours. No, it's okay. I'm sure everyone has a reason. You're not wrong for yawning. I'm wrong for noticing. There's a room full of people laughing. I'm like, she yawned. You gotta step it up, man. You're failing your crowd right now. You gotta step it up a notch. It's not your fault. But yeah, I'm hyper-aware. And I'm trying to be more open about it. I'm trying to fill my fiancée in on what goes on in my head in a given situation. Like, I remember we were on a walk in our neighborhood, and we were about to cross the street diagonally. And then I looked, and there's a woman walking her dog on the same side, and I did the geometry of our movements. And I'm like, by the time we get across the street, we're just going to be next to her. While she's walking her dog, we're just going to be awkwardly next to her. So in the middle of the street, I called an audible. I'm like, we're going that way. And as we were walking that way, I realized we're headed straight towards the front of a cafe where there's 2 dudes sitting just having lunch. And I'm like, I looked at that, I'm like, we're just gonna end up right in front of them. Like, what happens? We're gonna be right there. What if they look up? I gotta say something. And I'm just gonna look at them and go, the weather. And Emma saw my eyes darting around, probably saw numbers flowing out of my ears. And she's like, what's going on right now? And like an idiot, I told her. And she goes, oh my God, you're a lunatic. You don't think of these things? And she's like, never. Damn. So yeah, I'm working on it though, you know? Into therapy. If you guys have never been to therapy, when you first go, the first thing they tell you is, hey, whatever you say in this room stays in this room. And I remember hearing that going, not if I was the therapist. Like, how do you listen to all that juicy gossip and go home to your family and go, client privilege. How do you do that? You listen to all that's better than 90 Day Fiancé. I'll let a little of that out, you know? Like my therapist knows I'm a comedian. I have a bunch of videos online. She's never had a bottle of wine at home with her husband, pulled up one of my videos and like, hey, you want to know the backstory to this joke? Huh? shortcut to this little thing. I wouldn't even blame her if she did. I think it's the right thing to do. It's called being human.